Okay, everyone, we ran out of time during the webinar to really talk about the 5 golden secrets, which is the whole point of this presentation. So I am going to share those with you now. It's after hours, my husband's asleep, and it's a great time to share secrets, okay? We've finally come to the part where we'll give you the solutions to your problems. Listen carefully to these 5 golden secrets of Ayurveda. This is a proven and time-tested formula for robust metabolism. I see social media presentations like this, and it always ends up with something like, just take this one supplement and it will fix all of your issues. Ayurveda takes a much more comprehensive approach that cultivates healing at the deepest level. It has worked for people for thousands of years, and it will work for you too. How is that for evidence-based? To help you remember the 5 golden secrets, think of the phrase, do it with faith. Use the acronym DITFE: diagnose, ignite, transform, fuel, and energize. Let's look at the first one, diagnose. Think of when your car needs repair and you take it in, and the first thing the mechanic performs is diagnostic. Before making the repairs, they have to find out what needs fixing. Before you make your ignite plan, you must first assess your natural state of the doshas, your current state of the doshas, and which doshas are imbalanced, as indicated by any significant symptoms you are experiencing, such as digestive troubles, lack of energy, brain fog, insomnia, weight gain, headaches, weight loss, etc. You have to know your state of Agni, whether it's high, low, irregular, or balanced. You also have to measure the signs of toxins and make a note so you can track your progress. Congratulations if you have balanced Agni and no signs of toxins and no significant symptoms. This means that you are not human. A crucial part also of diagnostics is to determine the causative factors for imbalance. The first step in adopting an Ayurvedic program is to remove the causes that are under our control. This can be challenging, and it's helpful to have a cheerleader and ignore anyone, including yourself, who tries to sabotage you by putting up obstacles for your evolution. Negating the causes will stop the Ama factory and rebalance your doshas. So if you are in a state of disease, it will stop the disease progression in its tracks. So very good. Keep it simple. Review the nutritional and lifestyle things that compromise Agni and address 1 or 2 of the main ones that most apply to you. For example, it's very important to eat your meals at the same time every day. And this is a very common problem that people create with their Agni. And so I just wanted to mention that in case that applies to you. But of course, you want to find the factors that are most applicable. Know the contraindications for detoxing. Detoxing when you are in a state of depletion, pregnant, breastfeeding, elderly, emaciated, or otherwise in a weakened state is a bad idea. If you have any doubt, please ask an Ayurvedic professional. That's our D. Next is our I. Ignite. Ignite your Agni by taking a digestive spice mix before each meal. Remember that Ama is sticky and stubborn. Imagine a car grease spill in your garage. Can you get that off by wiping it with a dry paper towel? No. This will only spread the grease to a larger area and make the problem worse. You have to let it soak with Coca-Cola, Dawn dish soap, toothpaste, vinegar, and all of the other grease cutting tricks. Then you have to rinse it with boiling water. Digestive spices taken with water that has been boiled is like the Coca-Cola mixture. Using senna leaf or detoxes in a box that flush your intestines before you have digested the Ama on site doesn't work, and it can cause damage. According to Ayurveda, this is the #1 detox mistake people make. At best, they may feel better while they are detoxing and then return to status quo as soon as the detox is over. At worst, they can smear the sludgy, rotten Ama into other sites and cause a detox crisis, triggering flu-like symptoms, skin outbreaks, and a long-term worsening of the original symptoms. Here are the traditional spice mixes used for each type of Agni. For high Agni mixed with Ama, cinnamon, cardamom, and bay. This is called Trijata, which means 3 fibrous plants. And for high Agni, with no signs of toxins, use cumin, coriander, and fennel. This one is nicknamed CCF, and it calms excess pitta or heat that drives hypermetabolism. For low Agni, use ginger, black pepper, and pipali, which is Indian long pepper. This is called Trikatu, or the three pungents. This mixture helps digest the heavy things we love, like butter and cheese. For irregular Agni, use the spice mix called Hingvastika Churna. You can find this online from a variety of stores, but these products are not made correctly because you are supposed to saute the hing, also known as asafoetida, in ghee to neutralize the sulfur compounds before mixing it with other spices. Contact me for a hot tip on where to get the best Hingvastika Churna. And what you'll do is you'll take a quarter to a half teaspoon spice mix in water that's been boiled, and you'll take this 20 minutes before you eat. This kindles your Agni so you can digest your food well. Appropriate doses vary from person to person. It can take anywhere from 4 days to a month or more for this to be effective. You will know when this is working because you will observe a reduction in the signs of ama, you will feel light and energized, and you will achieve the gold standard of poop. If you overdo this step, you will have loose and frequent stools and signs of excess heat, like feeling, well, too hot. The third golden secret is transform. Transform the ingredients from your food into nutrients that provide you glowing energy. For this, colonies of beneficial gut microbes have your back. According to Google AI, the microbiome's genetic and biochemical composition influences the metabolic activities in the gut, which in turn affects the body's metabolic, immune, and nervous systems. The microbiome plays a role in metabolizing nutrients like vitamins, lipids, amino acids, and indigestible polysaccharides. Additionally, the gut microbiome produces neurotransmitters, hormones, and metabolites that affect the brain and the body. For example, the gut microbiome produces serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine, and GABA. A little bit later, I am going to read a quote from the Charaka Samhita, which very much demonstrates that the ancients understood the gut-brain connection, or even the gut-mind connection, or even the gut-spirit connection. The analogy of the grease spot doesn't entirely equate to human physiology because our garage floor does not have any internal Agni or gut microbiome. It's interesting to note here, however, that communities of microbes, including bacteria and fungi, are used to clean up commercial oil spills. The number one probiotic used in Ayurveda is called Takra. This is the real buttermilk from making cultured cream yogurt and separating it into butter and buttermilk. I have an instructional video on how to make this. It takes a lot of time, but it's so worth it when you consider that our gut microflora are sacred living beings that are literally keeping us alive from one breath to the next. The benefits of Takra are written in the digestive disorders chapter in Charaka Samhita. I have seen people heal from serious digestive illnesses like severe IBS by incorporating Takra. It jumpstarts the remodeling of the gut lining. Nowadays, you can just buy full-fat yogurt and dilute it with water, 1 part yogurt to 4 parts water. Put it in your blender for 5 minutes to lighten it up. Skim the foam off the top. Put it in a glass and add a few cilantro or mint leaves, a pinch of toasted cumin seeds, and a shake of salt. Sip a 1/4 cup of this every day at lunch and join the millions of people around the globe who sip thin, non-sugary probiotic drinks on the daily. If dairy yogurt doesn't suit you, use the probiotics that you know work for you. The 4th secret is fuel. Fuel your fire with individualized nutrition. Another mistake people make when they feel toxic is to fast without any plan for fanning the metabolic flame. Agni is like any other fire that actually needs needs to be fed in order to be perpetuated. In Ayurveda, we recommend fasting for only a short period of time and not too frequently when it is appropriate. Then follow a light meal plan called a mono diet while simultaneously kindling with spices and takra. You can DIY this by figuring out your constitution and looking up recipes on the internet that are balancing for you. You can also purchase an Ayurvedic cookbook. I recommend Divya Alter's cookbook, The Joy of Balance. The key is to eat foods that are high in prana or life force and not dead or dumb foods such as microwaved food, leftovers, and fast food. Check in with your food before you eat it and ask the question, do I want to feel how you look? Finally, number 5, energize with daily self-care routines. Wake up each morning with the sun and generate feelings of gratitude and love for yourself and the gift of life. Do your oral care first thing after getting out of bed. Use a metal tongue scraper. Brushing your tongue does not get the goo off. You'll see when you scrape. As your metabolism works while you sleep, it pushes leftover materials toward exit sites of the body, such as your mouth, anus, nose, skin pores, eyes, and ears. We want to support that process by clearing these metabolites from the exit sites. By the way, the gunk that comes off the tongue is not ama. Ama is the coating that remains on the tongue even after you scrape, and this is more proof that we have to use digestive spices to incinerate the ama. Boil water in the morning and sip it throughout the day. This is like pouring boiling water down your sink drains. It helps melt the ama and heavy doshas, so it's easier for the spices to ignite your agni and burn the ama. Train yourself to have a morning bowel movement. Sit on the toilet without straining for 5 minutes and tell your body it's time to go. Using coffee to stimulate a bowel movement works in the moment but creates dependency as well as dryness in the colon. Also, use a squatty potty or do what I and millions of other people around the world do and go ahead and squat on the toilet seat. This is the correct pooping posture that allows for more complete and easy bowel movements. Shower before breakfast. This helps clean the body's drains that I was talking about. The skin pores are portals that connect to bigger and bigger channels that all lead to the digestive tract. So dilating them with the contact with warm water clears them, allowing for freedom of circulation all over the body. This ensures that the agni is firing on all cylinders. In this same vein, going on walks every day will also help to keep circulation going and stoke your agni. Practice mindfulness for stress reduction, such as daily conscious breathing and or meditation. Stress wreaks havoc on Agni and impairs every aspect of digestion. Learning to self-regulate to avoid unnecessary fight or flight and dwell in the rest and digest mode is a huge favor we can do for our metabolism. Eat breakfast and lunch 20 minutes after taking your spice mix and skip dinner or have a small amount of fresh vegetable soup. So that's it. Pick 2 or 3 things from this list of recommendations and work on them for the next couple of weeks and you'll really start to feel a difference. Okay, so remember, do it with faith. Dit Fei. Diagnose the doshas, agni, and causes. Ignite with boiled water and a spice mix. Transform your microbiome with takra. Fuel with high prana food. And energize with channel clearing and calming daily routines.